What's up, everyone? South Florida Bourbon Guy here with another Daily Bit from the Barrel. And I did a couple of videos on the distillation process, different column stills, continuous column stills, the differences between stainless steel and copper. And this is kind of one of the last ones. Keeping it really simple, really easy, short video. Behind me here is a column still, right? And this is from, I believe, Rabbit Hole when I was at the distillery. So you look at these things, and at least the first time I saw this, it's just like one of these engineering masterpieces. I'm still amazed to the day at how this whole process works, how fancy they are. And again, depending on the distillery and the money that's invested in them. But basically, what this is doing is this is a channel for the alcohol creation, so to say, right? So distillation, we're getting the fermented wash. We're basically putting it into, or otherwise known as cold wash. It's coming into this column still. There's plates in between each of those levels. So if you were to look through the sight glasses there, you'd see little kind of vapor plates or condensation plates. There's another one that's just like this, probably right behind it or identical to it, another column still. So basically, in a nutshell, one column still is raising the temperature of that mash to a very high degree, and it's turning that into a vapor. In other words, the mash into a vapor. The other one is basically taking those the hot vapor and cooling it down into a liquid, and then that's the alcohol being extracted through the distillation process. So I'm going to put a couple of different pictures up here. One's a pot still, one's a column still. I got to give credit to where credit's due. These aren't my photos. This is from Distilled Sunshine, pulled it off of one of their websites that I was looking at, and the other one I think is called the Japan Bourbon Project. But again, how does the process work? And a pot still is very similar to a column still. If you think about if you had a pot on your stove and you had mash in your pot, you're basically adding the heating element to the bottom. Basically what's happening is it's heating up that mash. Again, we're extracting vapors out of that. We're taking the vapors up through this called a lin arm or a gooseneck. It's going into another chamber, another still, basically a condenser where you have a water jacket which is cooling the vapors down. You're going to get some type of liquid out of the end. There's going to be head, there's going to be hearts, there's going to be tails. Some of the tails are thrown away, some of the heads are thrown away. This is the bad stuff. We keep the hearts, that's the alcohol. And then from there, basically it goes into your container for storage. Nutshell, easy distillation process. South Florida Bourbon Guy with another Daily Bit from the Barrel.